Hello everyone, how's it going? My name's Avad Pickle and welcome back to some more Satisfactory, where today we are going to be planning and hopefully starting the process of placing down over 1,400 fuel generators. Now, that's quite a large number of fuel generators, so there is a high likelihood I am going to be using some power shards to help us out with this whole process. Because do I really want to be placing down 1,400 of these? Not particularly. Also, they are rather large. I think they take up about a 2.5 by 2.5 foundation footprint, or even a 3 by 3 foundation footprint. So that's a lot of foundations just for fuel generators. So we're going to see how that's going to end up going. Furthermore, we have also got a couple other things I do want to try and get done today. But the very first thing I'm going to say is hello and welcome back to a new stream. It's been about a month since my last stream. Again, that's what happens when I go to uni. I can't stream when I'm there, but now I'm back for a few days. I think I'm leaving Saturday or Sunday, and today's Monday, so we've got a few days of Satisfactory. I don't intend on streaming anything else so far other than Satisfactory, so if you guys are interested in the game, then feel free to stick around. Anyway, the first thing that I want to try and do is show you guys the list of what I want to try and get accomplished today, or at least start doing today. So one thing I'm definitely wanting to do, because these first 3 items, in fact the first 4 items shouldn't take that long at all, is I want to place down 4 awesome sinks to sink our 2,000 plastic. The reason why I have test next to this is because I'm testing out the circuit or the system for our rocket fuel. This is really important because if my plastic's backed up, it means I can't produce enough rocket fuel. If I can't produce enough rocket fuel, my fuel generators are then just inconsistent, and I don't really want that to happen, so that's quite important. Welcome, Balco Bulls, hope that you're doing good. I wish I was majoring, it's just an undergraduate, unfortunately, but it's archaeology and ancient history. So the plan is to become an archaeologist. Fingers crossed that works out, but we'll see. Welcome, Journey, hope that you're doing good. Also, I do have to say, by the way, I've got a sore voice. I am really ill at the minute. Nothing major, but it just so happens the day, actually it technically started happening yesterday, but the day that I came back for streaming is the only time the last month that my voice just decided, you know what, nah, we're just not going to function today. But yeah, welcome Journey, it's always good to have you watching the streams. Second thing, one awesome, wait, that can't be right, it's 750 rubber. There we go. So, 1 awesome sink for 750 rubber. Again, that's in relation to making our 2,000 plastic there as well. Because in my entire playthrough, I'm only needing 2,000 plastic and 750 rubber. So, that's great that I can produce it in the same spot and then just transport it wherever that has to go. Brilliant. And then we're also going to need 2 awesome sinks for our 1,000 compact core. Regarding the rubber and the compact core, it's the exact same reason as I gave for my plastic. If either one of these backs up, it means that I can't produce enough resources to then power our fuel generators. For example, with the compact core, if that backs up, it means that I can't make enough rocket fuel. If I can't make enough rocket fuel, obviously I can't power the rocket fuel generators. Then when it comes to the rubber, I believe I'm making heavy oil residue as a byproduct, and then the heavy oil residue is then going towards making our plastic, I think, cancel. Our heavy oil residue is actually coming over here to make our fuel, which then makes our rocket fuel. If that backs up, I can't make rocket fuel. So again, very important things there, and I get to test out the whole system as well. So that's going to be quite interesting. Welcome, Luxfer. Hope that you're doing good. You're new here. Is this where I can find the oh, yes. Absolutely. Like, the amount of tism here is unreal. Like, well, I still think this is normal, but some people say this is a bit over the top. I don't think it's over the top. I think this is just, that's the wrong one. No, it's not. Yes, it is. I think it's normal, but oh well. And also, oh dear, whoa. I want to try and redesign my rocket fuel. IFB. I wrote this morning. I know what this means. Industrial fluid bath. Oh yeah, I know what this is. There's a certain part of my rocket fuel factory that has essentially 600 rocket fuel going into it, but I really don't like when I've got 600 liquid or gas going through a pipe. I know it works, but I don't like it because I don't trust it. Unlike a conveyor belt, which I do trust with my life, I don't trust that. So I'm going to try and split it into 2 pipes of 300 rocket fuel. Again, that's just me. That would take no longer than, I say 2 minutes. It would take the average player 2 minutes. It will probably take me about 4.5 years. But fingers crossed that won't take us too long. Welcome, Easy. I hope that you're doing good. We are definitely doing a Chernobyl. Yeah. An unintentional Chernobyl. I don't want things to go wrong on purpose, but I seem to be the master of having things going wrong for me. So we'll probably end up doing that at some point with our nuclear facility. And then lastly, the fuel generator. Also, design the fuel generator blueprints. I do want to have a very basic blueprint for this, because as we can see, space is rather tight. I believe foundation-wise, we go back by about 30 foundations, and each one of these takes up about 3 foundations. Now, I did quite well for GCSE maths, so I know using all of my 23 years of math, I wasn't really doing maths when I was 0, but you guys get the gist. 23 years of maths knowledge, I know that 30 divided by 3 is 10. So I should hopefully be able to get 10 generators that way. And is it 12 that way? So that's 120 fuel generators in this 1 quarter. That sounds like a lot. 120 fuel generators is a lot. But compared to 1,400 and whatever it was, that's not even a dent. Again, this is a huge chunk of area. And it's less than 1/10 of what I actually need. I need 10 of these. A 300 by 300, a minimum of 350 by 350 grid. Oh well, luckily I have got a plan. So the plan, actually the 2 plans is, firstly, I can expand the factory over here. This is where I'm making my 2,000 plastic and something else. I've already got one of the walls set up here as well. So I'm definitely going to be producing something over here. Most likely what I'm going to end up doing is getting 1 or 2 of our rocket fuel pipes from here, yeeting it down, no one says yeeting it 2026, blowing it through our conveyor belt highway system underneath this road here, over in this general direction, then just placing down a good amount of fuel generators, which would be pretty nice. And also, I've got an entire ocean over here, which is great. So what I'm going to end up doing is when it comes to this water extractor area here, close it off, and then grab our conveyor belt highway road from here. Highway road, nice. Conveyor belt highway, drag that as far as it can go, and add a T section here. Bring that down, autosave, I thought my game just crashed. Drag that down, and then enclose this area here, add a roof, make it look really cute, and I will be happy with that, yes. What's the plan? The plan is, don't have a mental breakdown, have fun, and plop down 1,400, maybe hopefully a lot less, fuel generators. If it is a lot less, I still have to use all the power shards, so it's going to be interesting, regardless. Oh well. Welcome, Zell. As much oil products as possible, I think rubber and plastic factories are fun to... Honestly, yes. I really like making them, because they're quite simple, but also satisfying as well. I quite like it. So the very first item on the agenda is the awesome sink shenanigans. Okay. Luckily, this won't take too long to do, or fluid truck. I honestly forgot the added fluid trucks into the game until I just saw that. Nice. And also, regarding the awesome sinks, by the way, these are only temporary, but the reason why I'm adding this is so I can start to produce more rocket fuel. Because the problem that I've got now is I'm not making any rocket fuel because all of my plastic and rubber is now backed up along my lines, which I don't really like. So, starting with this, again, I'm going to keep saying this, it's only temporary. Awesome sink, we're going to go 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, 7. But here we only need 4, I would say. And the reason why I'm adding this here is because our 2,000 plastic and 750 rubber, that's going to be going to different parts of the playable world. I don't know where just yet, because I haven't built the factories for them, but I know that I am going to need them. So it's important to get that established, which is, well, what we're doing now. I can probably drag this one. There we go. And then after I've built those factories, these can then go. I can then transport the plastic and rubber to wherever they have to go. And then everything is good. Everything is great. In theory. Right. Here we go. Also, one of the bugs they fixed is actually in regards to the flickering light problem that I had recently, where in the top right of my screen there'll be this really weird flashing light effect. That appears to have now been fixed, which is obviously good news. Very good news, actually. There we go. What's the light button again? There we go. I should probably know that. Oh, for crying out loud. I don't know why, but whenever I go from playing Star Rapture back to Satisfactory, it's like my mind does a factory reset. Which is rather annoying. Okay, that actually worked out brilliantly. I don't know why I'm trying to make this look nice and neat. This is going to go soon. Oh, well. It's most likely... Oh, I say soon. This is most likely going to be here for the next 200 hours minimum. So I might as well make it look somewhat decent. Tolerable to one's eyesight. Speaking about something that isn't tolerable, I finally finished watching Game of Thrones for the first time. And I know people were saying Season 8 is going to be bad. How do I explain this? In my mind, Season 8 never happened. I like to leave it at the end of Season 7 than imagine my own Season 8, because it made no sense. Like, nothing, literally nothing made sense. Anyway, if I keep talking about it, I will, like, smash my monitor or something. It wasn't that bad, though. It was just a bit confusing. Anyway. Yeah, welcome Vinod, by the way. Hope that you're doing good, man. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Getting sick of that? Yeah. Yeah. It was really annoying. You were trying to press B to build and was wondering why the flashlight was turning on. Yeah, all my settings are so different. Oh well. Oh no, don't tell me this hasn't been fixed. No. Straight modes. Otherwise known as bent mode. That's fine. What we can do is this. Now it should be nice and straight. Beautiful. Oh. I somehow managed, like, out of the entire radius of the awesome sink, I managed to somehow select this one cable. Brilliant. Absolutely stupendous stuff, as always, on the Valhalla Pickle YouTube channel. There we go. Are you connected? Well, no. Now you are. But yeah, thank you very much again to everyone who's tuning in. I appreciate everyone stopping by today. Should be a fun stream. I'm unsure of how long I'm going to be live for, because every time I speak, it feels like there is a needle inside of my throat. That's like scratching against well, my throat. Other than that, though, we're doing pretty good. So then, let's try and collect all of our... What's it called again? Compacted coal. There we go, compact coal. Brilliant. And then just build a bunch of awesome sinks around here, really. And how much have we got coming out of this? To get rid of a couple of you lot. Oh, gosh. Right. It might be slightly easier to actually go to the surface. NMS lately. Since the Pokemon update. NMS. Pokemon updates. I don't know what that is. I'm sorry. I know I'm just uncultured, but I'm sorry. Wait, there's only 100 compact core here, really? 25, 50, 100, 150, 300. So there's 450 compact core here. Actually, that makes sense. Yeah. So all of the compact core from here can just go into one awesome sink. Oh, No Man's Sky. Yes. I've heard quite a lot of my viewers talk about No Man's Sky. Must be a decent game. I think I've played it very briefly because I had that Microsoft Xbox like deal thing where you get a bunch of games free for a month. I think it was fun. It's one of those games which, if I had bought it, I'd probably really like it. But I'm one of those people where if I experience a game for free, or if something comes free to me, I don't enjoy it as much. And I don't know why. I really don't know why. Where am I going with this? Okay, that's the other... Oh, there. That's where I'm going. Where the bloody hell have I bought that? That's fine. That's actually completely fine. What I'm going to do instead, though, is... No. I thought I had to go over there, but no, I'm miles off. Completely lost my bearings. But I feel like when I purchase a game, it's a game that I almost have to force myself to enjoy, because I feel like I've actually invested something worthwhile in it. So it's, you know, that's just my way of looking at games. I don't know why. So I've got to try and connect this 300 line here to this 150 line. The easiest way I can probably try and do that is just simply by... Yeah, we'll go this way. 1, 2, boom. There we go. Fantastic. Bring you straight down. No. Ah, that was always going to happen. And the main reason as to why I'm adding all these awesome sinks is also to see, is my factory going to work? For example, right now we've got a bunch of sulfur. If I check back in 20 minutes time and there's a lot less sulfur here than what there should be, I know, okay, there's a bit of a sulfur problem. Maybe one of my conveyor belts isn't upgraded to a Mark 5, maybe it's only a Mark 4. Little things like that, rather than having placed everything in my factory down, switching everything on, and then firstly not having enough power to run everything, and then secondly, realizing I made a mistake at the very beginning, which now impacts the entire line. So the reason why I like to switch one part of the factory on at a single time is to try and spot any problems, because odds are there is going to be one. Even if it's a very minor problem, that can end up having pretty major consequences. Merger, here we go. And then I'm just going to slap you here. Wow. There we go. Brilliant. Is there anything else I'm going to need here, other than the power? I don't think so. That should be the 450 going to there pretty efficiently. Grand. Now, we should have a total of 550 compact core over here, which I can already see the lines. That's fantastic. Can I line you up? Oh, you are lined up. Okay. Sure. It's not bad going. And then simply put, do a little bit of that. World at War. I've never... Oh, it's not World at War. World of Warcraft. Never played that game. Yeah, let's do this. Again, this is temporary, just to remind everyone. But it's still nice to make it look nice and neat for now. Smart splitter? No, just a regular merger. Brilliant. Then power-wise, that is now working. Oh, wow. That's not bad going. We'll take that. Right, this is a slight problem though. However, we don't have to keep it as a problem. What I'm going to do is get rid of that. And this whilst we're at it. Including that. That. And hopefully this here as well. And I'm going to try and do something here that I feel like is rather necessary. Why was that there? No idea. Let's go to the inverted ramp. And same thing down there. I wonder what colour this is. A grey of some sort? Doesn't seem like it. We're going to go with grey for now. And see how that impacts the actual surface itself. But as of right now, that's fine. Yeah, this side's got a very similar problem. Okay. That's not a drama. I am, however, thinking what I might honestly do is keep everything here the same because there's nothing wrong with it, but actually try and overlap this edge here a little bit to try and just make it stick out a little bit. Like so. Oh. That's unfortunate. Better. Then do something like this. Oh, did I not get rid of that? Whoops. And go into grey. Now if I come over here from this angle, yep, so that slightly just hangs down a little bit, which I quite like. It just gives it a rather interesting shape there. You can then go back to being just a regular concrete colour. Beautiful. And then you lot, I suppose, it's quite important that I do keep this here so I understand where my conveyor belt highway is. Hence the reason why this all looks so different, by the way. Because if I get rid of this wall, then there you go. It reveals an entire new conveyor belt highway, which I'm most likely going to need for transporting resources, but I don't need as of right now. I could keep it open, though. There's no reason why not. I love this door, by the way. Ooh, that's painful. Like, what is this area for? This has no purpose. A city build, yeah. I think that's one thing that I do like about Satisfactory. And I explained it in the video where I compared Star Rupture to Satisfactory. The whole architectural building side of things, I really like in Satisfactory. Like this, I mean, just doing things like this. This is impossible to do in Star Rupture. Unfortunately, but oh well. Right, this is all going to go eventually, by the way. Because I've now got rails here. I originally designed this to not have any rails, but instead have hypertubes. I have now changed this because I need trains, and trains look better, they're more efficient. Overall, I need them, essentially. So, let's try and organize this. Actually, this isn't really part of today's video. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to leave this the way it is. Tomorrow's stream, I want, if I can actually speak, because my voice is already starting to go, I feel like. But what I want to try and do for tomorrow's stream is focus a bit more around trains and rails. And do a bit more of that. But today, I don't want to focus too much on that. So, we've already finished this. That's brilliant. But, boom. We've done both of these here as well. Okay, you know what? Just highlight all of that. There we go. Fantastic. The next thing now is to redesign this. No, wrong one. This. All I have to do is just get rid of... yeah, I can... Wait. Yeah. No. How am I going to do this? Keep you the way you are. Then replicate that over on this side. Why do you sound like you're about to take off? That is so loud. But there we go. Fantastic. That's what I wanted to try and see there. So you can go... I'll then rip out all of this here for now. Same thing like this. Then you, rather than going that way, instead, you're actually going to loop around over here. We're going to get rid of that connection. Oh my... Sorry for my voice, I'm so sorry. Yeah. Trust me, it's more annoying for me than it is for you. If it makes the situation better. Okay. This now means I've got 2 blenders over here giving me 300 rocket fuel. And then 2 blenders over there, yet again, giving me 300 rocket fuel. You then continue in this direction. Is this too steep? Is my next question. It should be less than 10 meters, but I do want to double check. We'll start them around about there. It is just less than 10 meters, but this is most certainly more than 10 meters. So what I am going to end up doing here is coming down here. Going on to our pipeline Mark 2. I'll chuck you there. Why not? Why are you purple? I know why you're purple. That's... Wow, that's actually really annoying. Where are you connecting to? Right, okay. That's not a problem, actually. Oh, okay, I've just disconnected my entire system. That's a slight problem, then. There we go. Yeah, that doesn't sound brilliant. No. No. Yes, I think. Good, okay. Why are you not working? What? Why? What did I do wrong? Did I place it the wrong way? I wouldn't have done that. No, that arrow is showing it going in that direction. Which also, whilst I'm here, can this reach the full distance? Yeah, okay, no problem. Good. It should be able to. The weird angle thing with the connection, the fluid buffer at the top. Oh, this. I don't know. I was thinking what I could also try and do is extend this out a little bit to maybe here, then bring that straight down. That could look slightly better. We'll see. And grab that. Then disconnect you, then bring you straight down here. Horizontal to vertical. Oh, did I bring it out too far? I did. Okay, right. I'll do this instead. Yeah, we'll stick with that. Yeah. Now, hopefully this will end up looking a little bit nicer. That's alright. We'll get rid of this. And that. Okay, good. And make sure that I paint you the right colour there as well. And there's no reason why this shouldn't be working. Why? Why don't you work? 0 flow rates. Why? It's not bugged, is it? No, I don't think it... No, it shouldn't be. Okay, what I'm going to try and do is replicate what I've done on this side over here, but now have it go south. Because here we have all of our rocket fuel going into our industrial fluid buffers, and now I want it to go in that direction to then loop around and go towards our rocket fuel generators, or fuel generators, but we're making rocket fuel, so rocket fuel generators. Wrong one. In fact, no, I can keep that there. Just give it this ward. Temporarily, of course. Great. Is this pipe of rocket fuel or turbo fuel? Rocket fuel. Did I say turbo fuel? I meant rocket. Okay. I want this to line up somewhere. No, somewhere here. There. And then you are going to go somewhere here. Good. Okay. Right? Yeah, because you come out there by a little bit. So I'm not quite sure if I'm going to massively love that. Rocket fuel's a gas. Oh. Oh, yeah. So I don't need that then? Was I not using it over here, though? That's why I thought I needed it. No, I guess not. Okay, fair enough. I thought I was using it. Why is that acting up? That makes sense then. Good to know. Right, so you're going to come down to, let's say, here? Although you might have to stick out a little bit further. And that's not straight, is it? Why is nothing straight? I mean, that looks fine. Then have that come out to here. Perfect. There we go. Zoop it back there a little bit. That's one of our 300s done. And this is the second one. You'll then come out to, let's say, there should be fine, I suppose. Doesn't massively matter for right now, which is nice. That's quite weird looking. That's much better. So what I'm going to do is this. And have you stick out to there. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Take it up. There we go. Also, temporarily make this for my pipes. Wrong one. There we go. Just rather than me continuously placing down these purple pipe supports, which isn't very nice. Okay. Next. This is going to loop into there. How are we going to do that? Just an immediate cut off. Okay. From here. Let's get straight mode. I hid my HUD. That's impressive. Now for this one. Okay. This shouldn't be too difficult. In theory. My favorite 2 words, in theory. I mean, I don't know. If it works out, brilliant. But it doesn't always work out the way you think it's going to. That's just life, though. Okay. Then now, we do this. And hopefully it's going to look okay. No, it won't, because I've done something that I shouldn't have. I should have done this first. Boom. That is not what I meant to select. There we go. Okay, good. Another autosave. Brilliant. Where is it? There it is. Get rid of you. Everything here should now be perfect. Okay. So, that now works. Everything from here comes around there, up here, around here, down there. Same thing then for that short circuit. Good. Okay, why have you stopped? Why are you not continuing this way? Okay. Well, we fixed the issue. That's brilliant. The problem is, how many times have I done that? Oh, I've done it over there as well. Oh my god. That's fine. It wouldn't have been one of my streams if I didn't create an issue to then have to fix the issue. Luckily, as I continuously say, this is only temporary. This is not lasting forever. Luckily. Okay, how are we looking down here? Is this still a problem? No, because we haven't got anything that goes down here. If I did have something that goes down here, though. No problems. Good. That doesn't look straight. It's not straight. Oh. Why is nothing straight? I just don't understand. But there we go, good. I mean, that still works. I have no idea why this isn't straight. There we go. Is that too short? No, good. Okay, great. I'll sort that out again tomorrow. So we have now finished the next part of today's stream. There we go. No. Fantastic stuff. Now we move on to the more creative and I would say fun side of the stream, which is designing our fuel generator blueprints. Normally the way that I've done this is I've kept things nice and simple. That's a lie. I never do anything nice and simple. But it's as simple as I can make it. But for this design, I actually have got to keep it simple because I don't have the room to work with at all. And I know the exact design I want to try and go with. Yeah. Pickle created problem with a pickle? Yes. Absolutely. Who doesn't love creating problems? But I suppose I could say I fixed that. I could also say I'm the reason that happened, but I won't say that because that's negative. We don't like negativity. Except for all the times I've said that my builds are terrible. Other than that, no negativity. Zero. So I'm going to be coming over here to then design my fuel generators. And the plan's going to be something. Yeah, that's a pretty solid plan if you ask me. So I'm going to design my fuel generators. Obviously, these are all going to go until I design my blueprints. Then, we're going to get all of our rocket fuel pipes from down there. Yeet. I keep saying yeet. Pipe it over to here. Pipe a little bit of it down there. Not too much, but enough for me to be content with that area down there not being a complete waste of space. And then just seeing how much of it I need and where it's going to go and how high are we going to build. So many questions, so many unanswered answers. Whoa, so many unanswered answers. Anyway, let's do this. Let's enjoy ourselves. Hopefully. I realise we still haven't unlocked Mark III blueprints yet, and that's because that is really far down the line. I've still got to make a minimum of 100 nuclear pasta, 250... Oh, this is where I'm going to test my knowledge of these item names. It's thermal... thermal propulsion rockets, 500 magnetic field generators, and then 500 assembly directors. I should probably know what they're called. Again, when I don't play Satisfactory for a month, I forget how the game works. So, that's my excuse. It's such a fantastic excuse, I know. Here we go. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. Boom, done. That's my design right there. Do you guys like it? I think it's pretty good. Should we do a little bit of chrome? I haven't used chrome yet in this factory. Yes, I have. I used it for the train station. But that's not part of this factory. For this actual factory, I suppose I haven't really used chrome. So let's do that. Let's have a little bit of fun. Experiment a little bit. Why the heck not? Yeah, so you're 2.5 back, but then you're 3.5 wide. No, you're not. It's definitely 2.5 by 2.5, isn't it? Okay, that's fine. What I'll do then is bring you in by 2. Bring you in by 2. We'll do that. 1, 2. 1, 2. Brilliant. So what I've done here is I've created something called a square. Yep. Very creative. And now that I'm thinking about it, I don't actually need you. Because you're going to be in a line formation pretty much. So that's going to be irrelevant. Good. First things first. The pipe. I can't physically bend the pipe to fit through there. I need more room. Okay. So if I make this 3 foundations wide then. Like so. Then replace this wall over here instead. Good. Yep. Foundation-wise, of course, we are going to be going with the coated concrete. It just looks the nicest. Especially for a project like this, anyway. Nope. Second grade geometry. I know, I mean, what can I say? We learn new things here on this channel. Is this centered? Yeah. Doesn't look it, but it is. Good. Pipe. Yep. Yeah, this will work. I'm trying to come up with this plan as I go along. So I'm just thinking what's going to end up looking nice. And I think what I'm actually going to try and do here is place down this pipeline floor hole. There. Grab that. Perfect. Then the last thing that I'm going to do, I told you this is going to be quite, well, I say the last thing, actually it isn't the last thing, but one of the last major things is patterns, and that. It doesn't all line up perfectly, unfortunately, but it's okay. Especially considering this is all going to be hidden anyway. Underneath our walkway. Because I haven't got enough room to add paths everywhere, so the walkways are going to be quite ideal here. That's the wrong button. Cool. 1, 2, 3, I'm hoping will be good enough. Good. Very good. Road barriers, is this going to be necessary? I think yes, but I'm only going to place it down here. There we go. I've just realized I might actually get rid of this. Let's see. I'll get rid of it for now. It's quite easy to replace if I need it anyway. Otherwise, for this, I'm going to go with our chrome again. A bit of a chrome overload, but why not? Small concrete pillar time now. There. A 1.5 foundation. Zoop. Or nudge even. There we go. That's not bad. I actually quite like that. If I was to continue this concrete wall the entire way across, that's almost not worth it though, because you wouldn't be able to see it. So for now, that's going to be fine. And let's save this. I'm going to sneeze. I'm fine. So basically, I'm going to save this as fuel gen 001. Because it's our very first variant. Otherwise, whoa. Okay. That doesn't feel like that's supposed to have happened. Should I try that again? Oh. Okay, I can still change the color, it just doesn't work. Fair enough. Have I got a logistics color? No. I mean, heck, purple doesn't look too bad. A nice... Let's go with like a dark or vibrant. I like this. Like a very weird in-between sort of purple and dark blue color. We'll then save this as... logistics. I don't know what... Oh, really? I don't know why I'm saving a new color, but sure. Now, let's see how this is going to look. And function and work and all that good stuff. Hopefully rather well. If not, then we are in a little bit of trouble. But hopefully it does work out quite well. Yeah, well, yeah. First row is going to end up looking like this. Yep, that looks fine. No complaints there from me. I'm happy with that. Then get rid of these three here as well. You're currently working on your space elevator part factory. You haven't got much progress so far other than basic infrastructure, but now you have completed the nitrogen using 2 drone ports in the abysmal cliffs. Abysmal cliffs. Abysmal. Nice. They might be abysmal, I don't know. That's good though. The abysmal cliffs. Okay. You will then simply connect to there. Obviously, there's going to be no train or truck infrastructure here. There's no reason for there to be. You then just loop around that side. I can add that in by myself. I'm old enough. I can do it. I don't need blueprints for everything. And then this is where you are going to go. Do I like that? Yeah. They are abysmal to build in. Exactly, see? I'm just coming up with new biome names at this point. Intentionally, no, but... Oh well. There we go. No solid surfaces and you keep falling into the void. Oh dear. Here's a top tip, by the way, for any new Satisfactory players. If you fall into the void, that's bad. So try to not fall into the void. I hope that information was able to help you guys out a little bit, and subscribe for more. The next thing that I actually want to try and do here, I suppose, is get rid of the flooring. Because the issue that I'm now going to start to have is, how do I actually get my pipe from up here down to there? If I got rid of all the floor here, did all of our logistics, then added the floor back in again, that could save us some time. It doesn't sound like it will, but oh dear. But it will. I know I can get out that way, but now I'm determined to get out through. Okay, it doesn't. I quit. Well, so much for being determined. No. Thank you. But I think this blueprint looks fine. It's not going to win any medals for looking absolutely extraordinary. But considering what I wanted to try and accomplish and the very minimal amount of room I had to do it, it's okay. It's fine. It gets the job done, which is the most important part. You just subscribed. Thank you very much. That's very kind of you. Welcome, Aquia. I do appreciate that. The void tip is legendary. I know. Yeah, I mean, what can I say? The more you know. I've actually been thinking about making a video of top 100 satisfactory tips or tricks or things the game doesn't tell you. You know, all that stuff. Like settings, alternate recipes, best way to get certain materials, things like that. If I find the time for it, I could absolutely do a video like that. The only problem, as I say, is finding the time for it. That could be a fun little side quest, though. We'll see. Did I finish this road? I don't think I finished the road, did I? No. Oh, absolutely not. Okay. That could be a whole nother thing. Can I get down, please? What? I'm double pressing C, but it's not. There we go. Lovely. Tips in the videos are good. I do try and make the videos somewhat helpful. If I can. Oh dear, it is a little bit dark. And it also would be rather handy if I didn't forget all the controls continuously. That doesn't help. There we go. And then get rid of that. Brilliant. Okay. Now it's quite obvious to see where our rocket fuel pipes are. Great. Again, that's the entire reason I did that. But it's still nice that I can see it. Okay. Now, oh, my voice is just dying. Now, the next thing I'm going to try and do is 4.167. Ugh. Okay. 450, because that's how much rocket fuel I've got on each one of these pipes roughly, divided by 4.167 is, wow, 108 pretty much. Damn. Damn. Okay. For those of you who don't know what that means, it essentially means that one of my rocket fuel pipes can go into 108 fuel generators. 101 ways to die. Honestly, I could probably make that within a day. Knowing me and the dumb ways that I've died in this game, that would be a pretty fun video to do as well, but yeah. Maybe one day. 108. We need backup. Immediate backup. How about now? 4.167 times by 2.5. Because we're operating at 2.5 times efficiency. 10.41. Oh. Who thought this number was a good idea? So, you're going to burn 10.4175 per minute. And the problem is, I have to get this exactly right. If I don't get it exactly right, it then means that I'm not able to produce enough, let's say, compact coal. If I don't make enough compact coal, whatever I'm then using that compact coal for is then not getting the demand that it needs. Okay. Okay. Sure. And then one thing I will very quickly do is hop back into there and then just do this. So rather than me having to add in 3 power shards like 600 fuel generators, it just does it automatically for me. Except for these ones, which I am going to have to do by hand, which is fine. No problem. Yeah, it's about 45 generators per pipe, which is still ludicrous, by the way. 45 generators for one pipe. That's a lot. I like my pipes as much as the next guy. But... Stop. But at the same time, 45 generators for one pipe? I mean, come on. And look at that, 625 megawatts. Oh, I didn't do one thing. I know one thing I didn't do. And it's, I knew I was going to forget it. This. I knew it. Now, oh. I was going to try and hide it, but to be honest, it's already hidden itself, really. I don't like that. This is tolerable. Oh, actually, no, it can't. My brain can accept this. There. No, one more. There. One more. There. That's not too bad going. Then just... yeah. Because these are all going to be lined up with one another. So, for example, all of these wall power outlets are going to be in this line. So that would make it pretty simple to try and connect all of them together, which is great. Vertical the fuel generators? I have to, yes. What I'm planning to do is, if I try and fly up as high as I can, which isn't going to be very high, that's barely anything, nice. Get a decoupled camera. The way that I'm planning to do this is that this particular factory is one big square. I'm going to add little bits and bobs around it so that it's not one big square, but as of right now, it is. And the very corners of these squares, for example, like this corner, that corner, that corner, and that corner, is going to go a bit higher than the remainder. And that's then going to enshroud, is that the right word? Surrounds our space elevator with these 4 towers, 4 unique looking towers, and then they're all going to be connected by some circular structure. So I have got a design in mind. Or what I could just do is make the entire thing circular. Yes. One big circular... Why am I doing this to myself? One big circular factory tower. Why? Why? It'll be fun. For some. I mean, the circle won't be huge. It'll go from, like, there to there. This will then all be straight. Then another small circle from here to here. Then straight. But that will look quite interesting. And then in the middle, what I can try and do, since I obviously can't place down fuel generators on top of here, is create some sort of, like, circular glass dome or spiral that goes from the bottom of the tower to the top of the tower, which will then have a nice little glass effect around the space elevator, so you can look inside of it. Because I can. Yeah. But until then, this is what we're going to be doing. In fact, here's the plan. First part, complete this quarter. Second part, complete this quarter. Third part, have a small factory out there. Fourth part is to do our big tower. Then rather than this tower being extremely tall, which it doesn't need to be, it'll be relatively tall, but not extremely tall, whatever rocket fuel I then got left can then be built out here. So we're going to be splitting this down into 5 different stages. 27 gigawatts per pipe. Damn. That's quite a lot. Very quickly, I'm actually going to remove these. There's nothing wrong with them, but having to do the power thing there continuously is going to get quite annoying. So, where's my torch gone? We've been live for almost an hour already. That's crazy. Okay, I'm not going to get rid of that, and I'm not going to get rid of this. They can stare. Then drag you back to around about there. I'd say this is perfect, so let's go. No, it's not. There. Jolly good. Same thing then with you. That looks pretty good to me. Let's go. Perfect. Nope. There we go. Good. Then now if I plop you down... You right? Yeah, you're right. Oh, you're actually not perfect. That's unbelievably frustrating of the highest order. You're one nudge further back. Because... yeah. There we go. Then whatever that is, again, one further back. There we go. Okay, now everything here is fine. Law and order has been restored. For now. Then come out here by 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Lovely. Then go back a little bit. We've actually got a small gap here as well. That's... Ooh. Okay. That's not bad at all, actually. Because now what I can do with this gap is continue our wall out here. And when it comes to decorating, I have tons of decorating to do in this factory. Tons of little gaps to fill in, especially over here. You can already see it. You might notice there's no wall. Like over there. There's tons of small little decoration and also big decoration features I want to try and add in. But simply put, that is not important right now. What is important is actually getting this done. Because until then, this factory is actually useless until it's done. So you can put 4 fuel generators inside the blueprints. Might save you some time for a single... I could do that, in theory. I've already got this design done. But I think when it comes to the tower, I might try and redesign it slightly. Because I don't know if I'm going to be going with this idea. For now, though, I might as well. I know what you mean, but it's okay. No, you're right. Yeah, see, that right there should be fine. But it's not. Is that because of this? Yeah. I'm guessing that's the problem right there. So if I get rid of you, we'll save this as 002 very quickly. Save. Then clear that blueprint designer. No, okay, we'll get rid of the water then as well. Save that. Clear. No, maybe it's the, something. Actually, wait. That's fine. Yeah, it was the ward. So chuck you into there. And you into here. Regarding the back, unfortunately, because we are using a 2.5 by 3 grid for the blueprints, the fuel generator blueprints, I can't fit 4 of this in, but I can fit 2, which could save me some time. I do appreciate that suggestion. I suppose then I can just do that, rather than have all the walls overlap. Okay. And the last thing to do is place down 10 of these. Good. Okay. The pipes themselves can remain the way they are. Ooh. What did I actually call this? Fuel generator 002. Okay. Lovely. Overlap, absolutely. Good. And have that come up to here now. Heights-wise, you should be completely fine. Yes. Everything's looking good. I believe, yeah. We'll plop that in. Then get rid of as much of this asphalt as possible. Even though most of this... Actually, am I going to replace it? I suppose yes. I don't have to, but... Might be a good idea if I do. We'll see. That's wrong. There. Then one nudge in that way. Good. This should now be relatively lined up. Hopefully perfectly lined up. Let's see. It is. Okay, good. I'm still getting used to all the controls again. It's so weird. Even though I've got enough hours in this game where I should know what I'm doing, when you take such a long break and then come back to it, you do often forget how just to play the game. Don't worry too much about these foundations. I know they don't look very nice. The reason why I have this here is because when I add in my much larger walls over there, and I'm quite far away, it's far easier to tell where the end of one foundation is and where the start of the next foundation begins than the concrete. For example, I don't know, I couldn't tell you here. But now I can very clearly see the difference between this foundation and that foundation. So that's just to help me out with placing down our blueprints, and it's not here to stay. Good. You can remain, because our plan originally was to then add this here. Like so. Customizer, pattern. Then rotate you around, like so. Yes. Oh. Why does nothing just work? That's fine. I mean, it's not really. Okay. What's the workaround to this then? I can't really see there being one. I suppose we'll start off by doing this. Continue you out to where you should go anyway. Grab that, and try and rotate it around. Welcome back, Johnny. I'm up. What you up to? Oh, I thought... Okay, wow. My brain didn't function there for about 2 seconds. You're up as in you're awake. I thought you meant like, what's up? But no. Hi, we're making fuel generators. There you go. A lot of fuel generators. Too much? Eh. Depends who you ask. The average person would say yes. But luckily, we are not the average person. Where is it? There it is. Boom. Whoa. That's better. Also, good news, by the way. I say good news. It's not really that good news. But regarding the shorts mini-series, the Guess That Satisfactory item thing, I've already finished the first 10 videos. I've done all of the editing for 100... Cancel. For 69 of the videos. I've started editing 127 videos. And I've fully made 10 of them, so... Still a long way to go, but it's progress. I'm thinking... No, I don't give it a second row. No. I was going to have a second row of these road barriers down there. But no, we'll leave it. We'll leave it. Okay, great. We'll add that in eventually. Again, like what I was saying earlier, that really comes down to decoration. I don't care for decoration right now. Normally, I do. But when we've got much bigger fish to fry, it's not really my #1 priority. As much as I hate to say it. We just don't need to prioritize decoration. Not right now. This can go here as well. I might keep this here. This essentially marks the center of the quarter. But I don't need to know that though. Because it doesn't matter. So yeah, you are... I'm going to keep this here. You'll see why in just a moment. I say just a moment. It might be another hour. But you'll see why today. Get rid of all of this. Yeah, honestly, my voice feels really bad. I hope my voice doesn't sound as bad as I think it does sound. Because it's painful to talk right now. Which is fine. I mean, it's... Who cares? It is what it is. There we go. I mean, doing this makes you realize how many foundations we've placed down in this playthrough, because this is only quite a small amount of asphalt foundations, and it's taken me a good few minutes just to get rid of them. We've got rid of hundreds and hundreds so far, and we've, again, only done a tiny amount. Just make you realize there's a lot of materials here. Probably too many, but here we are. Get rid of this. And all that there too. Okay, good. I thought I was going to lose... Oh, I did lose power. I was going to say, surely I should have lost power there. And I lost power. Whoops. Spoke too soon. Now, let's get rid of this. Now, the annoying part here is, as you can see, I've still yet to actually finish the border of this quarter, which is something I've actually got to try and do, in all honesty. But until then, I'll get rid of all this. And try and predict roughly where that's going to come up to. All this can go. There we go. Same here now with this row. In fact, no, you can actually stay. Yeah. Everything here can stay. But all that's going to be sorted out in just a moment. The problem with leaving all of the decoration to the end is that there's a lot of little bits and bobs I've got to try and do. And sometimes they might be neglected a little bit. I might forget about it. And then I'll realize one day, oh yeah, there's a massive hole in my ceiling. Or this part's missing. This part should be here. And just a bunch of different complications, unfortunately. Okay, how's this? Yeah, looks fine. This part right here is the dead center. What I want to try and do is see if I can place down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rows over here. Leaving a gap as well. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Here. Now, if my calculations are correct, which they aren't normally, but hopefully there should now be no gap between the fuel generator and this foundation. If I place down 5 of these in a row. Also, I might even flip it around. Yeah, let's do that. Sure. There's no reason to. But now at least it's going to look symmetrical. Actually, I like that. I like that. Yeah. Still a small gap in there. No dramas. That's completely fine. Moment of truth. Hey, yo. Good. We'll take it. Now, another oh, wait. Okay, well, this is what I was going to say. Another problem with placing down so many fuel generators is that they're not cheap to make. As we can see here, it's 100 rubber per blueprint, 30 motors, not too bad, 30 of the encased encased industrial beam, 64 of the copper sheets, and a bunch of other bits here and there. Luckily with our concrete, we have, I think it's, I don't even know how many dimensional depots I've got just for concrete. It must be over a dozen. But with these other resources, I've only got 1 or maybe 2 dimensional depots. So I'm struggling. Quite a lot, actually. For that, what I'm going to do actually is go over here. Just like so. And let's try and see if I can fit 100 fuel generators. I can't do that. 60? 40 fuel generators on my person, let's say. Hopefully so. Just chuck all of this away. I know I've got to try and sort all this out. I know, but today is not that day. That's an off-camera job in 3 weeks kind of thing. You should be fine. I haven't actually checked this in a while. Yeah, you're okay. Yeah, you're grand. Yeah. Everything's fine. Could use some more iron plates. But other than that, everything seems to be pretty good. The main thing I'm concerned about is going to be the motors. I've only got one, really? I should have a second one, really. I think I do up here. Okay. We'll make sure that they're fairly restocked. Because I'm going to need it. All of them. And a lot more. That's all we've got. I am sinking you. Don't sink. Thank you. So that right there is a good, like, 400-ish motors. Quick wire. Gosh, yes. Okay. Get a little bit of that. That's 100, 200, 300, 400, 483 motors. I need a bit more than that. I can actually afford a bit more than that as well, which is great. Let's just try and get some, hopefully from my personal inventory, where I should have a good amount stored up. If not, then... oh dear. Anything else from here? Yes. Yes, we can grab some rubber. Sheets? I don't know if I'm making sheets. Oh, hello. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Jolly goods. Next. Also, where are you going? I'm sinking you. Oh, and then you're being uploaded to... okay, that's fine, that's fine, that's fine. Temporarily, I am going to stop sinking all of my rubber. Because, again, I'm going to be needing thousands and thousands of that stuff anyway. Just woke up, that's fine. Encased industrial beams. I don't know where that is. I was just trying to think there. Am I bringing it here? But I don't think I am. Inventory. Well, I say inventory. Some people say inventory. 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 No. Well, I think it depends. Maybe. The next video, there isn't one. As far as I'm aware, there is no video coming out on this channel for a few months. I'm sure there will be, like a patch notes video or something. But as of right now, there's just nothing in the works. There we go. Quick wire, I'm needing some of that. Where have I stored quick wire? Over here. I don't need just random little bits and bobs in my inventory like that. Copper sheets. I'm really hoping I'm still making copper sheets over here. Yes. And you're backing up. That's not normally a good thing, but in this scenario, it absolutely is. We'll then go fill up our dimensional depots with our copper sheets as well. Which, to be fair, you guys are actually not doing too bad. I thought you'd be doing a lot worse. Okay. Maybe get some in our regular personal inventories. Where is it? Here. There we go. I'll take a little bit of that. Lovely. What's next? Our encased industrial beams. Okay. Yeah, look at that. So we've been able to fit at least 40 of these things, which is brilliant. So what I'm actually going to do now is get rid of all that. And instead, select a little bit of this. Let's see. Oh, that's just not going to happen though, is it? Let's see if I can get to 30 of this. So I'm going to need more rubber. Okay, that's fine. Concrete. I'm not actually concerned about concrete. I will take a little bit. But that's just going to replenish anyway. Plastic. There you are. I wasn't lost there or anything. No. And then rubber. That's it. Okay, maybe I can do a little bit more. I'm not fussed about iron rods. That's going to replenish. Plastic's going to replenish. Concrete's going to replenish. Rubber isn't. So rubber and encased in industrial beams are the main things there, really. So I'll do that. I'll grab maybe 200 more copper sheets. That should be okay. That was 400, but it's 2 stacks, so good enough. And then the rest now, just rubber. Although, to be fair, we are missing 2,000 concrete. We'll see. We'll see how that goes. Welcome, Ferdinand. Hope that you're doing good. Good. Concrete time. Ah. We've got tons of concrete. I was going to try and grab it from the side of here, but there's no point. Hello, Bean. Oh, you're using the walkway. You're not as idiotic as I thought you were. That's good to know, actually. Oh. Okay. You do you. How much concrete have I got building up here now? If it's less than 100k, that would be good. It is 2... Okay, right. That number might have said 283,000. But let's imagine it didn't say that. I like that idea, actually. I like it quite a lot. There we go, let's go. So we could afford 70 fuel generators or 35 of these blueprints, which is great. A very civilized bean. Absolutely. The most civilized bean that's ever been. Building your main factory as you bit off more than you could chew, trying to build... Yeah. Tell me about it. 30 to 50 of each item, up to fused modular frames. Damn. Damn. In a single factory. That's quite a lot. But hey, you never know. It could be fun. 7 roads out. To be fair, yeah, that's true. Judging by some of the, I'll say, questionable blueprint choices I've made, and the fact that a few of them have more than 2,000 concrete per blueprints, yeah, it seems like a lot more than what it actually is. Let's just say that. Where did that first blueprint go? What? Really? But look how quickly we're able to build these blueprints. It's unreal how quick it is. I'm running out of power shards. Really quickly, actually. That's not good. Oh, well. Where did that go? Where have I built that? Where have I built that? Okay. Good, that's a good start. We've already used about 20 or 19 blueprints. Okay. Right. You're now going to be facing this direction. Then you will go all the way back over there as far as you can go. We're currently 2 rows deep, so that's row number 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3. Don't ask. You're all facing the wrong way. Grand. We can afford 5 more blueprints. Fantastic. How does that work out? Hopefully, amazingly. I'm going to say it does work out amazingly. But for me to find out, I'm going to have to zoop this across. The Satisfactory calculator ended up using many recipes for the same items, and he didn't catch all of them. Yeah. That's the reason I don't like to use that. There's nothing wrong with using the Satisfactory calculator. I love the interactive map on that website. But when it comes to the actual recipes themselves, I like doing it myself. I don't know why, but I just do. Yes, okay, that does actually work out. Good. Right, final 2 blueprints. Let's just go 1, 2. Good. And now the main thing that I'm going to need is some more shards. Yeah, because I've used 400 shards. And I haven't even... I've done basically a quarter. Well, no, half and a bit. We'll say 2/3. Well, that's not good, though, regardless. Anyway. That wasn't bad, though. Let's go like another 30. I can't imagine needing more than 30. I'll be honest. And in case you're wondering how I got enough power shards, well. Wait. Oh, thank goodness. Okay. Oh. I actually thought I didn't have enough. No, we've got 1,485. That was a close call. Okay, get all of you out of here. There we go. Now, I seem to have a lot of items on me that aren't necessarily needed. Let's dump as many as we can. Losing my mind, honestly, yes. Oh, holy. Oh, wow. Gosh, blimey. Okay, wow. I didn't realize I had that many slugs. Okay. That's really taken me back there. What don't I need? I seem to have way too many motors. So in that regard, just skedaddle. I'll keep that and then get rid of that. Yep, that's fine. That can go, that can go, that can go. Yeah. Again, the most important thing that I seem to need right now is rubber, plastic, and quick wire. Okay. No dramas. I really hate how this is floating. This will go one day. All of this conveyor belt spaghetti nonsense, that's all temporary. You can go. I can stay. Am I actually out of rubber? Oh, wait, no. Okay, good. I was going to say I'm making tons of rubber per minute. This is going up. This is shooting up already. What, 14, 16, 17, 18. Great. What now? More rubber and some plastic. I've got tons of plastic. Iron rods, that will generate over time. Cable, that will generate over time. Quick wire. Quick wire is the main thing, and rubber. That is it. But even that will generate over time as well. You started doing the math manually, but then you couldn't decide between bolted or stitched reinforced iron plates. Then you kind of just wanted the tools to decide for. Yeah, that's fair enough. Let me just drink some water because my voice is honestly just like dead, unfortunately. I'll see how much more I can do. I don't want to completely ruin my voice for tomorrow though. Because the plan is... Why am I... It doesn't matter. The plan is to stream tomorrow. Some more Satisfactory. It should be good fun. So we'll see how that's going to go. Anyway, quick wire. What's with the hold up here? Are you not turned on? Oh, wait, no, I think I disconnected you on purpose because I wanted some of this. Yeah, okay. Right, what I'll do then is a little bit of this. Where is it? Organization. There we go. Perfect. We'll grab that, and we'll grab that. And then just store you all over here. Just in case I need it on a rainy day. Perfect. The remainder of the items should be okay. Again, iron rods is basically there. Cable is so close to being there it might... Actually, oh no. I haven't got any more dimensional depots for the cables, do I? That's a bit of a problem. So what I'm going to do, since I believe I've now made enough copper sheets, is I'm going to return this to the way it should have been from the very beginning. Wire. The old wire recipe. This is one of the very first things I built, by the way, in my entire playthrough. Hence the reason why it's so different to everything else. Like the recipe-wise, at least, and the way it looks, the way it functions, is very minimalistic and borderline basic, but it works exactly the way I wanted it to work. Hence the reason why I did it. Who would have thought? Wow. No, I saw you. There we go. That can all go. Now we should start to produce a bunch of wire and cable. That's great. You are doing the wrong thing. Then what we're going to do is just very temporarily 1, 2, 3. Then 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll go 5 just in case. Then grab all of our copper sheets and just chuck them in over there, basically. You do that. Okay. You're not going in over there. That's brilliant. That has to go. And then that can go. No. Straight modes. Okay. I knew that was going to happen. There we go. There we go. Good. I believe everything has been restored to the correct way it should be. Good. Yep. And now just chuck in our copper sheets into here. No. Now, I believe I did accidentally create a dimensional depot, or not, apparently. Okay. That's fine. Let's go. It says I haven't got enough rubber. But the question is that actually true? Yes, it is. Okay, fair enough. Why is it not going into the dimensional depot? It should be. The Caterium requirements for the project as well. You had to set up a drone port to ship 600 Caterium per minute to the Dune Deserts. The rest is already there or in your main base. Oh, nice. So it's not too much work. It's not a small amount of work, that's for sure, but it's not a ridiculous amount. There we go. That's now solved that problem rather quickly. If I was to take that, you then got tons more plastic in here as well. So again, that solved that problem. And let's go back. I still think we shouldn't need 30 of these fuel generators, but it is still good to have the resources out there, since eventually I am going to need it. So, not bad. I shouldn't need to go hunting for power slugs anytime soon. I know that I'm literally using hundreds right now, but I think we've still got tons. And I'm never going to collect this one. The reason why I'm not collecting this is, yet again, because this is my starter factory. I don't want to get rid of this because it's the very first slug that I saw in this factory area. And I feel like it's been here for so long, I just don't want to get rid of it. Okay. Ooh, a bit too far left. What is that there floating? Oh, that's just the effect. Okay. There was some weird effect there next to the space elevator, but I thought I left an item floating. Luckily, I didn't. Just looked like it. Okay. Good. I believe now we're on to our final row. Fantastic. That wasn't too bad at all. We'll take that. Now, the actual challenging part of this is actually going to be the math side of things, or the maths side of things. Because again, each one of these requires... What was it again? It was like 10 point something something, rather. 10.4175. Let me just write that down here for a second, because that's how ridiculous it is. 10.4175. Okay. 450, because that's how much rocket fuel we have per pipe, divided by 10.4175, because that's how much each one of our fuel generator takes, means that I am going to need 43.19 fuel generators per pipe. Okay. 44. Let's be honest, it's 44. What I'll do then is fill up 43. So let me try this. There we go. No. $4175. It means I'm going to have 0.196544 rocket fuel left over. I think no. No. That's the amount of fuel generators I'm going to need. 0.196544, which is 1. But then how much fuel is that going to be? Let's say it's roughly a little bit less than 0.2, which is 20%, or a fifth. If I do that, divided by 5, that's about 2 rocket fuel. Okay, that makes a bit more sense. 2 rocket fuel to go into the final fuel generator. And I think then everything should be okay. Until then, let's try and get 43 of these together. Gosh, how on earth am I going to do this? Oh dear, 43. Just 1. It's mental. I could probably try and make something in the blueprint designer that actually connects them all together. I could save me some time for the next design. But this won't take me too long either, in all fairness. Because all I'm going to have to do is that. Basically. No. And then we'll try and find the middle point, actually. I've got a better idea. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you're the middle. There we go. Now, you're slightly lowered down in comparison to the coated concrete, which is fine. So what I'm going to do then is this. Do that, then the same thing over here. That looks pretty good to me. Yep. And then this is where our rocket fuel is going to be coming in from. Although you don't have to go that far down, actually, do you? Because you're coming in from roughly where, well, the ceiling, the roof. Since that's the case, actually, what I'm going to do is grab this, line you up so that you're centrally aligned. Because that's what lining up means. Zoop you down to there. And again, grab this. Then do that. Then again, the rocket fuel comes in from there. It looks a little bit weird right now. That's unfortunate. But what I'm actually going to end up doing here as well, because we've got 12 fuel generators per row. We can do 12, 24 for the second row, 36 for the third row. Then for the fourth row, only roughly half are actually going to be connected to this circuit. The remainder will be connected somewhere else. That could work. Or even better, actually. Even better. I do this. That's lined up. That's the middle. I do this. So I split it. So these are going to be two different lines of our rocket fuel. We have to try and get a third and fourth in somehow. Most likely just the third. And then on this side, for this half of the quarter, so for this eighth, I have 60 fuel generators. 6 wide, 10 deep. And I have to use 44 of them. Which leaves me with 16 fuel generators for something else. Okay. Greetings, welcome some guy. Hope that you're doing well, man. Welcome to Pickle trying to do maths. Which I do love. There we go. That's one of the 12 rows done. Then power-wise, just connect them all together. Just like so. Although, oh, you actually appear above there. Right, okay, well, yeah, don't do that, maybe. Instead, you can go through here. Why not? There is absolutely no need for this to be here. But we're going to do it because it's fun. I mean, that basically summarizes Satisfactory for me. There's no reason for me to do this, but, I mean, for the memes, I mean, why not? Okay, good. That's all done. Next. I suppose we could actually go ahead and make sure the power is connected. I know it's the boring part, but it's also quite an important part as well. Now, can you connect easily to something? Yeah, you. Then you go over here. Then to there. Okay. Not bad. Not bad at all. Make sure all of these are connected. Yeah, you seem pretty good on this side. Doing well, it's good to hear. We're currently trying to place down about 1,400 fuel generators worth of generators. Luckily though, I am trying to use some power shards here and there to make this process far easier. Because otherwise, having to place down 1,400 of these things would be ludicrous. Absolutely insane. I don't really want to do that because it's also going to be taking up tons of room. So it's not just a logistical challenge, but also it's just a bit of a pain, I suppose. No. Good. Okay. I'm not too fussed about that side for the minute. I do want to try and make sure that you are aligned. To here, maybe? Let's see. That's alright. Good. The reason why I wanted to try and place that down and then the asphalt underneath it is so that I can try and see roughly where my power lines can go. But actually, rather than placing down the asphalt and that getting in the way of everything, let me just do the concrete first. Then we can come back to the asphalt because they'll just get in the way. So for example here, let's do that, and that. Yeah, that seems pretty good. Oh, you're going to cut straight through. That doesn't matter. It's okay. If you don't see it, it won't hurt you. Here we go. I have already got some cables in place here, which does make life not too bad. There we go. Then straight across over to here now as well. You're already done. Great. It feels so weird playing games again. I mean, for the last month, I haven't really been playing many video games. I did actually buy City Skylines 2. That's been really good fun. A little bit buggy, I'll admit it. It's been buggy, but overall a good experience. I say I've enjoyed it. The problem is, well, I say a problem, one of the good things is, I've installed so many mods that it's almost changed the way the game is played, which is really good fun. I did fancy a bit of a change of pace from the regular, like, real-time strategy sort of games or sim sort of games. It does change things up a little bit, because the mods allow you to be far more creative than you would otherwise be. I like that. I do. I don't have to connect you to the other side because you're already connected here and on the other side there as well. That's fine. Oh, is it? Oh, it's almost night time. Let's see if we can survive the night. By that, I mean, trying to work on logistics during the night is sometimes a little bit challenging. But we're going to try it, so... Oh well. We haven't a choice. You're already connected. No. I hate when it does that. No. Okay. You're all still red because you got no fuel. I think everything should be powered on though. Yeah. I think. I'll be surprised if it isn't, because everything's as far as... Oh, wait, I didn't do this row. Or that row. Oh, right. I know what I did. I haven't done this quarter bit yet. Whoops. Then you two. And you. Last connection. Grand. Now everything I'm pretty sure is connected, which is great. I suppose I have got to try and do these straight walkways here as well. I know I was talking earlier about the whole decoration thing, but this is fine. This can go now as well. Yep. And that one there to finish us off. Great. And I think from this point of view, from the top, that is all of our fuel generators placed down for this quarter. Again, this is about... I don't know. A 6th to a 14th of what I actually need to try and do. Depending on the amount of power shards I want to use for this project. Either way, this is only a small step. And I haven't even done the logistics yet, and it's taken us a good hour, I would say. So, it's going to be an interesting journey. Hope that you guys are looking forward to it. Right, let's start again. Hello? There we go. That's our second row out of however many I've got to try and do. 6 per row, I need 43. That's going to be... a lot. 8 rows, I think. No, more than that. 10. No, it can't be. It is 8. Yeah, it's 7.5, I'd say. But in total, the 8th row is where I have to try and end it. Yep. That's completely fine. There we go, that's fine. Next row. Nice. Oh, I've hit a column. That's not good. Another top tip for the day, don't hit columns because that's not very good. And that's to there. There we go. Third time lucky. Oh, you're not even in place. We can't be having that. No. Nuh-uh. Then down to here. Good. Okay. Got there in the end. I want to try and finish at least one of these rocket fuel lines today. That's the plan. That's the main plan. I really hope I can do that. It would be a shame if I couldn't. Yep, there's good. Yep, that's good there as well. So right now we are on 18 out of 44. Okay. Got a long way to go, yep. That's for sure, a long way to go. Well, it's still good progress. Now, one thing I do want to do very quickly here is actually try and find one of these routes for our rocket fuel to actually get here to. But that made no sense. Try and find the outputs pipe from one of our rocket fuel nodes and then just drag it that way, essentially. Oh, a bunch more plastic. What are you used for? Why are you here? Okay, well, that all has to get sunk. I don't know where this is supposed to be going. Obviously, it's here for a reason. Oh well. There's only one place it's going now. Let's start with the merger. This isn't going to look very nice, but don't worry, this is only going to be temporary. Then select this. Oh, we got 0 reinforced iron plates, apparently. Good to see my dimensional depots are doing a fantastic job. Why do I want to build 1,439 fuel generators? Because I need fuel. Believe it or not, a fuel generator creates power. I need power. I've got rocket fuel. Rocket fuel plus fuel generator equals power. Crazy. Ooh. That was a lot of reinforced iron plates. We'll take that. What's in here? Just some random shenanigans, fair enough. I don't need all of that though. There we go. Don't need that either. Or that, or that, or that, or that, or that. All that really. Good. Brilliant. Let's go. Build a nuclear power plant? I don't really want to. I like doing this, hence why I've started doing it. I don't play this game to do things in a certain order. I do things that I want to do, and there's one thing that I want to try and do, hence why I'm doing it. It's one of the beauties about playing a single player game and having your own YouTube channel. You get to do what you want. And this is one thing that I really wanted to try and do, so I'm gonna do it. That's why. Right, come here. I've got to go in that direction anyway to finish off our whatever I was going to do. Oh, but that just isn't straight though, is it? That's okay. That's a bit better. And I believe this is roughly where we can hopefully try and find our first couple of rocket fuel pipes. That'll be quite nice. Here we go. And sink it straight down. Oh dear. As I said, temporary. but it is going to get in the way otherwise. Oh, dearie me. It's not even straight. Get in there. It works. I mean, if no one has to ever know that's there. I like that idea. Ow. Oh. Yeah, we're definitely going to have quite a few rocket fuel pipes around here. Got 4 there. 8 over here. Right. So I believe in this direction, it might even be you two. No, it can't be. It is. You're the 300s, aren't you? This is why I normally try and mark everything. So I know what's what and what's going where. But I believe you guys are all 300s. Let me just try and add that here. What I'm then going to do is that for these 600 rocket fuel... I don't know. 600 rocket fuel per minute is going to be going a bit further eastward over there. To that part of the factory. I know that's going to require quite a lot of fuel generators, but that's the entire point. I want it to require quite a lot of fuel generators. So that would be pretty good. Now, you guys, you are all 450s. So I'm probably going to grab these 2 here, loop it back around in on itself. Do I want you to come down here? You could squeeze through there, maybe. I mean, it's not really worth the squeeze though, is it? What's over here? Nothing really. So yeah, you can probably just go down there instead, if I'm honest. Yeah. Right. Horizontal to vertical. How are we going to do this then? The easiest way is probably just going to be this. Same thing here. Then go across there. Same with... Is that straight? I think so. One, 2. That's roughly where I want you to go. You're then going to go behind this. Perfect. So then get rid of that. So then hopefully if I go from this angle... Good. It's a bit weird. It's a bit funky looking. But it gets the job done. So in my point of view, that's not bad. Have you come around there? No. Okay. Yeah, that would look fine. That would look fine. I'm honestly most likely going to need a 3rd pipe here. Because if I've got... What is it? 6, 10, 120 fuel generators here. And each one of these pipes can only consume, or is enough to get into 44 of the generators. That's then going to be 88, which leaves me with 32 fuel generators. So yeah, I'm going to need a 3rd one actually of these. Go around this side. Allegedly that's straight. Something tells me it's not. Oh no, it is. Fair enough. I'm surprised. But I'm happily wrong. Ooh. I don't mind that. I know what I'm trying to do there. I don't like the execution of this. Should we try again? But now it just sticks out a bit too far. So what I'm going to do instead then is bring you a little bit further in. We'll go 1, 2, and try that again. Better. A lot better. Okay. We'll now continue with this. And at least it's going to make the wall look pleasant, rather than it just being a massive grey wall. Going to add a little bit of colour, which is quite nice. Good. The next part is going to be, how are we going to get around all of this? I think if I build our pipes above here, go with that. Line you up together so that you're here, I'd say. No. Bit higher up than that. Good. That's 1, 2, 3. Then paint you the correct colours, which is going to be this sort of colour here. Brilliant. Maybe bring you down now. Or what if I just keep you the way you are? If I temporarily build a wall, will that help, maybe? What would this look like? If I did that, that and that. This could look a little bit better. Rather than just doing our regular horizontal shape, I thought we might try and mix it up a little bit. We do this. Then that. That looks fine. I think. Also, what I do want to try and do is when it comes to something like that, is then go ahead and do this. Yeah, that's what I'll do. Yep. Because you should be able just to connect to that. Yeah, everything seems good there. I was slightly worried that maybe this is a bit too close to the wall and the pipe wouldn't be straight, it'd be slightly angled a little bit. But no, there is nothing wrong with this. And there's nothing on this pipe right now. There might be something there eventually, but yeah, for now it's honestly fine. Then get this here. Oh, welcome, McCain. Hope that you're doing well. Yeah, that will have to do. In that case, actually, I might even leave this wall here. I don't know, it's quite a weird feature. I don't hate it, though. So what then if I do this? But then that's going to go straight through it, although would it really matter? Let's see. A quick experiment. mean, that is floating though, which is kind of annoying. Otherwise, I don't like that anyway. What if I try and fit in these gaps? Here. Then I keep everything above this open. So it's thick wall, open wall, thick wall. I like that. Yeah, we'll take that. It doesn't look awful. Which for me, that's a pretty major success. Maybe fill that in there as well though. And then the top one. It's a bit weird, I'll admit. But you can still see all the pipes on the other side. I like that, I suppose. Then we'll come up to around about... Ooh. There is already a wall here. The problem is, though, many of our logistics actually stick out from that wall. Which is rather frustrating, actually. What if I do this? If I go back by a full foundation. Here. That'll then stick out, but honestly that's not really bad. It just means it's going to stick out a little bit. That could be a problem, surely, right? No, actually that's good. I need that though. Okay. Sure. We've got a nice little corner over here, which I can almost guarantee is going to be a pain for some reason. Try and figure out what to do with it. I suppose I could just go with the simple answer. Get a solid wall there. There we go. Same thing here.